Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, we have once again converged in this House to deliberate on the Executive Mayor's incompetence and disregard for the people of Johannesburg. As the African Transformation Movement, we are not surprised of the Executive Mayor's inability to deliver services to the poor and the marginalized people of Johannesburg. Section 152 of the country's constitution compels municipalities to provide sustainable services to communities. Section 57 of the Municipal Structures Act further compels the Executive Mayor to prioritize communities and oversee sustainable provision of basic services to communities. The following instance will enhance the statement that the Executive Mayor truly does not care about the city of Johannesburg residents. The Executive Mayor delayed visiting Soweto when the residents invited her. She responded after a motion of no confidence was tabled against her. She further aggravated the situation by not attending residence, but rather going to cycling events. When the people of Eldos suffered gruesome killing, the outgoing Executive Mayor instructed the distraught resident to write her a formal letter requesting her to attend to them. This behavior is appalling for a public servant. When the residents of Fine Town were killed randomly, the Executive Mayor delayed to visit the grieving families and offer support. She only went there after 14 days, and they rightfully rejected her. The Executive Mayor demonstrated her inability to prioritize.
1 minute, Councillor.
We have suffered 13 months of sheer incompetence from the DA-led coalition government through the administration of the Executive Mayor of the courts, Dr. Mpopalatse. The city has witnessed an unprecedented litany of poor administration, which could be a clear mandate, which had a clear mandate to purge senior black employees. Communities are going for days without water, a basic human right. Whilst the residents were trying to navigate the agonizing experience of the sloppy governance
10 seconds.
Of the DA-led coalition, we noted that SMMEs were not being paid. Furthermore, we saw Avis confiscating its fleet due to non-payment. Executive Mayor.
Your time is up, Councillor. You haven't tabled your motion.
I table, therefore, the motion that the Executive Mayor should be removed.
Councillors, the motion has been tabled. Motion 7. Although I didn't table the full motion, but motion 7 is there, it's tabled. Councillors, those in favor of the motion, please say yes. Those not in favor of the motion? Is the motion agreed to?
Speaker.
Thank you.
Speaker. Point of order, Speaker.
Thank you, councillors. We will now proceed with the debate on the motion. May I call the seconder, Councillor Mpolobosho.
Thank you very much, my beautiful speaker. I, Councillor Mulokompolobosho from the African Heart Congress, I second the motion of no confidence against the Executive Mayor, Councillor Mpopalati. I thank you, Speaker.
Thank you, Councillor. Councillor Mkonza, ACDP.
Thank you, Speaker. MMC Harris will take over this one. Thank you.
MMC Harris.
Speaker.
Yes, Councillor, what are you rising on?
I'm rising on, I'm trying to find out. Councillor Mkonza is on the speakers list. Are we just randomly changing speakers? Or can we also add, because I would also like to have a bite on this one.
Thank you, Councillor. If you'd like to add, please approach us. And Councillor Mkonza can change. Councillor Harris, please proceed.
Madam Speaker, the Executive Mayor, Councillor Mpopalati, MMC's greetings to all councillors and officials, the ACDB caucus and visitors, residents of our beloved city of Johannesburg. I also want to convey my sincerest condolences to our party leader and his family on the passing of Lydia Meshu, a true Proverbs 31 woman. Madam Speaker, I rise to respond to the flimsy sweeping motion of no confidence against the Executive Mayor. The Code of Conduct of Councillors, Chapter 14, Schedule 1(2)(b) states that councillors must at all times act in the best interests of the municipality and in such a way that the credibility and the integrity of the municipality are not compromised. There are simply no fair, just, and equitable reasons to call for this motion of no confidence. The ACDP rejects this motion. The motion is weak at best and lacks specificity. The passing reference is made to a breach in the Code of Conduct. No mention is made of breaches of the Municipal Structures Act. No mention is made of breaches of the Municipal Finance Management Act. No mention is made of which constitutional clause the Executive Mayor violated. Additionally, the flippant use of the word democracy is disturbing. This demonstrates the hypocrisy and power drunkenness of the ANC proxies and their masters to ascend to executive office at all costs. Rule 94(1) does not give any party or councillor a license to sow chaos and confusion and to cause instability. This motion is not rooted in fact, but is soaked in jealousy and hate and envy. The credibility and integrity of this council is seriously compromised by this attempt at a power smash and grab. Johannesburg has been reduced to a laughingstock of the local government world and of the electorate who sent us here in the first place. The ACDP caucus believes that the unfair and biased comments made by the proxies is not meant for, it's meant for somebody else. The ACDP submits that this motion is frivolous and useless, and we reject it with the contempt it deserves.
Thank you, Councillor Harris. Councillor Majola, Action SA.
Thank you, Speaker. It has been over a year and 2 months since the start of this multi-party government. Indeed, it has been 14 months that this government, it has been 14 months of this government undoing the legacy of the previous ANC-led government of local unity. A legacy of which the people of Johannesburg rejected in the 2021 local government elections by further reducing the ANC vote share by a staggering 11%. This, Madam Speaker, was an outcry by the people of Johannesburg crying out for change. Change did come. The multi-party government was formed. I'd argue, Madam Speaker, that Action SA played a huge role in the formation of this government. In the face of arrogance, Action SA, together with our group of partners, resolved to do what was necessary to keep the ANC out of power. As a result, Dr. Mpopalati was elected. Since the start of this coalition, Action SA has borne the responsibility to keep this coalition together. Speaker, the people of Johannesburg are very much aware that Action SA has done everything in its power to defend and keep this multi-party government going. We have remained loyal to this government, even when we, together with our partners, have been subjected to abuse, insults, and false accusations. Our commitment to this coalition has not been carried out blindly. We have done this in order to ensure that the people of Joburg get uninterrupted service delivery. Today, the multi-party government is facing yet another test. Unfortunately, Action SA has exhausted all its efforts trying to save this government. This motion of no confidence on Her Worship Dr. Mpho Phalatse, who still enjoys the full confidence of Action SA, is going to succeed. It is going to succeed, Madam Speaker, not because we have neglected her. It is going to succeed not because other coalition partners within the multi-party government have neglected her. It will succeed because the DA has neglected her. It is the Democratic Alliance, Madam Speaker. It is the Democratic Alliance, Madam Speaker. Speaker. It is the Democratic Alliance, Madam Speaker, that has betrayed the multi-party coalition. Madam Speaker, the people of Johannesburg must know why their mayor is being voted out today. They need to know why the ANC is coming back again. They need to know that this is happening because the party that the mayor comes from has abandoned her. Your fate, Madam Mayor, your fate, Madam Mayor, in this vote is as a result of your party treating you with disdain. To make things even worse, Dr. Phalatse, they may even try to field you again as their candidate, knowing very well that they don't have enough numbers to pull you through. Madam Mayor, history will remember you in a positive light. You are the first female mayor of this great city. Your selfless efforts in ensuring that this government provides services to our people will never be forgotten. We as Action SA will vote against this motion because we still have confidence in you.
Action SA Makoti! Action SA Makoti! Action SA Makoti!
Comrade Mayor,
Makoti!
to move on.
Elele Makoti! Siwelele, siwelele! Action SA Makoti! Action SA Makoti!
That's the African way of welcoming Makoti, so I will receive
Action SA Makoti!
Okay, we move on to the DA, Councillor Howitt. There's a hand, Councillor Bitka.
Madam Speaker, as a point of order, could you control Councillor Arnold? She behaves like she's in a rugby match or something.
Councillor Bitka, what did Councillor Arnold do?
Shouting into the microphone without having the floor.
Okay, noted. Councillor Arnolds, I will ask you to sit down, please. Can everybody come down? Councillor Howard, this is your time. You've got 8 minutes.
Thank you, Speaker. Greetings to the Democratic leader, John Steenhuisen, and all other DA members and supporters here and watching remotely in support of our esteemed and much respected Mayor Palazzi. To the ACDP, please accept our condolences on the passing of Mrs. Mushoe. All further protocols are observed. In this motion under discussion, the EFF suggests that Mayor Palazzi is not comporting herself within the constitutional principles, quoting in particular section 152 of the Constitution. However, what is not appreciated, or perhaps it's just a matter of cherry picking, is the content of the very first provision in section 151, which provides that a municipality's actions are subject to national and provincial legislation, and that national or provincial government may not compromise or impede a municipality's ability or right to exercise its powers or perform its functions. We know that the ANC are currently in government in the provincial and national spheres, and they are bound and determined through their cabal of cadres and collaborators in the Joburg caucus and municipal entities to compromise and impede this council in delivering according to its mandate. Despite this, Mayor Palazzi and the multi-party government are making strides in improving delivery and development every single day. Ultimately, you are asking why your party's demands are not being met. It's the equivalent of a spoiled child being finally told no. Those of us with children, and I include those who are parents to furry, feathered, scaly, and other differently covered family members, have a responsibility to instruct our children so they become people of good character. Every parent knows that to give in to their child's every demand is a shortcut to hell for themselves and ultimately for their child. A spoiled child is always going, gimme, 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 and the demands only escalate if a parent isn't prepared to provide tough love for the ultimate benefit of their children. Being constantly agreeable may, in the short term, be the easiest option every time, especially where the next step is only to chow the money. But our multi-party coalition government is different because we understand the responsibility we have. We must put long-term policies into place. We must have policies with long-term effects. We have to protect the future of Joburg. Our brilliant mayor is not interested in chowing money.
Please pause and sit. There's a hand. What is the purpose of your hand, Councillor?
Thanks, Speaker. I think the councillor, she's not very easy on the ear, and we are missing the story of her spoiled child right now. We want to hear all about it.
Thank you, Councillor.
She's fighting, we can't hear her.
Councillor Howitz, I think they are not able to hear you clearly. Don't speak too close to the mic.
I'm not getting... Yeah, it's right. It's working? Okay. Thank you for your advice. Our brilliant mayor is not interested in chowing money. She's only interested in improving the standards of living of every resident of Joburg. And she is making progress together with her MMCs. What the multi-party government inherited...
Councillor Howitz, please just hold on and sit. There's another hand. Councillor Sauls, the first. For what purpose do you raise your hand?
Speaker, thank you so much. I just feel that we are councillors here, and for the Speaker to refer to everyone here as the children of the DA is uncalled for.
Councillor Howard, did you refer to everyone as the children of the DA? Who referred to, is it the councillor? Councillor Howard, can you refrain from referring to councillors as children of the DA. I didn't hear that, if that's what you said. Councillor Howard, proceed. Thank you.
Wash your ears.
Thank you, Councillor Sauls. Perhaps if you listen again, you will understand the import of my message. To continue, what the multi-party government inherited from the opposition is a city on the absolute brink of disaster because of the mismanagement of residents' taxpayers' money to meet every whim and allow every vanity project without fail. Now, under the exceptionally skilled and experienced hands of Mayor Palazzi, the city of Joburg is finally beginning to edge away from the brink of utter disaster. And what many people forget is that the death of the city of Joburg as the commercial center of South Africa will inevitably entail the destruction of South Africa as a whole. Residents of Joburg are incredibly fortunate to have this woman of character and valor standing in front of everyone, barring the cabal of the corruptors from doing more damage and showing us the way forward, striving every day, every hour, every minute to make a positive difference. If it were not for Mayor Palazzi, we would not have achieved these successes in just a little over a year. And the list is long. I'm going to cut it short because these are areas that I'm particularly interested in. Together with the IFP's MMC Mabaso, they've launched 700 service sites, giving over 1,000 families an opportunity to build their own homes, which are fully serviced. The Inner City Rejuvenation Program is bringing 1,500 low-cost housing units to the market. Housing projects have been launched in Fleurhof, South Hills, and Riverside Views, which between them will soon provide the city of Joburg a further 2,724 housing units. And then there's the upgrading of informal settlements, such as organic market, which is in my ward, and the redevelopment of order, not on the stand of Region E.
Councillor Howard, Councillor, I have not recognized you yet. Now you can stand, MMC.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, if I may request that, as we respect everybody else, that the rumblings at the back will please, the back row is making a lot of noise and we can't hear the speaker. Please, can she be protected?
The back row, this side.
Councillor Rapadu.
Councillors, can we kindly provide Councillor Howitz an opportunity to speak? Let us all be attentive. She has 3 minutes to go. Councillor Howitz, the floor is yours.
And then there's the upgrading of informal settlements such as Organic Market, which is in my ward, and the redevelopment of hostels, including some in Region E, which Councillor Padu is a councillor in, which developments are or will soon be in progress. Together with MMC Zonjoku, the Frank-Old Urban Development Framework was brought to Council, and we subsequently approved it. We thank WITS for partnering with us, for their trust in us. The project will yield about 30,000 residential units and will provide job opportunities and empowerment of SMMEs in the long term. Together with MMC Sudibi, Operation Boyam Tetu targeted delinquent ratepayers and brought in millions of rands. Mayor Palazzi also honored our promise of being a caring city by opening applications not once, but twice to those ratepayers who were legitimately struggling to make good on their arrears, thus bringing enormous relief. The EFF have never been the decision makers in a government. The intricacies of how the job is best done is unknown to you. After all, in the main, the examples before you have been set by the ANC, but we all know how badly they have messed up city and countrywide. So that example obviously cannot be the one to follow. It was in order to craft a new democratic constitution that a committee of the brightest minds, fine and honorable people from all walks of life, many of them stalwarts of the struggle, cooperated in negotiating the most brilliant constitution in the world, which, when it is properly used, underpins the development of a better, brighter future for all South Africans. Lost to memory is that principled battle so many men and women fought with their lives for. They brought the dawn of an era of a constitutional and developmental democracy to South Africa. But we have not seen the progress we were set up for because of misdirected energies, such as are represented in this very monk. Unfortunately and sadly, it was a false dawn of democracy. Thankfully for our residents, Executive Mayor Palazzi brings experience and more to her role. Mayor Palazzi is not only a politician of renown and a medical doctor, but also a project manager holding an advanced diploma in project management and program management, qualifications which are standing her in good stead as she steers the city of Joburg out of the decrepit state it was brought to by successive ANC mayors. In addition, Mayor Palazzi has the ethical backbone that is very much needed, not least because it's been absent in past mayors for many increasingly disastrous years. We now have to ensure that professionalism, competency, and capacity take precedence over politicking.
Thank you. Your time is up, Councillor. Councillors, kindly note that the technician is on the way to fix the air conditioner. I think one of the units failed, as it has been reported, so they will be fixing it shortly. We apologize for the temperature in the House. We realize that it's a bit up. Councillor Magwenchu, you are the proposer. Could you kindly close the debate?
Thank you, Speaker. In an effort to stop this corrupt and incompetent government, as the ATM will request the Council to protect the interests of the residents by removing the Executive Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you, Councillors. Those in favor of the motion of no confidence against the Executive Mayor, Councillor M. Palazzi, kindly raise your hands. Those in favor, kindly raise your hands. Legal? Thank you, Councillor Dlanja. Thank you. Councillors, thank you very much. All those who are against the motion, councillors who are saying no to the motion, kindly raise your hands. Thank you.
I smoke a ganja.
Thank you, councillors. You can put down your hands.
Councillor Arnold, could you please keep it quiet for a change?
Thank you, councillors. You can put down your hands. We want to call for those abstaining from the vote. Those that are abstaining, kindly raise your hands. None. Thank you very much. Thank you, councillors. The results are as follows. All those in favor of the motion 7, motion of no confidence against the Executive Mayor, Councillor M. Palate, 140 votes. All those against the motion, the noes, 129 votes. 0 abstentions. The motion is therefore carried and it has passed. Thank you. Thank you, councillors. I would like to take 2 minutes to consult with legal on how we proceed. Kindly give me 2 minutes and I will revert back to the House.
Speaker? 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 Speaker?
Yes, Councillor Myers.
Can the DA kindly request a 30-minute caucus break? Can the DA kindly request a 30-minute caucus break, Speaker?
20 minutes caucus break.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Caucus break is granted. 30 minutes caucus break. Thank you very much, and we'll proceed from there. Thank you. Councillor Myers.
Thank you, Speaker. Speaker, my Chief Whip has given me the permission to speak to this item. Speaker, we humbly request that you have asked for an extraordinary council meeting tomorrow. Majority of our councillors have not brought their IDs in, and we respectfully ask that you consider tomorrow for the election of the new mayor. Thank you.
Councillors, the request was made to the Speaker. Councillor Dami, you had your hand up.
Thanks, Speaker. I thought you must start with nomination before the procedure that you must follow. Nominations for the mayor.
Councillor Delange.
Honourable Speaker, with respect, when we normally have these procedures, the IEC is present. We are notified in advance to please bring your identification documents and that the procedure will be handled by the IEC, because when you elect a speaker or a mayor, like in your case, we do it by secret ballot. So, Speaker, I'm very confused, and even through our minority groups or from your office or amongst the caucuses, I did not receive any notification that there will be an election today and that we must bring our ID books with. So how far can we then go to say such an election is free and fair? So the communication that we received, and I sit on the whippery, we also had a whippery meeting this week, there was no indication. We can do the election, I've got no problem with that, but there was no indication that there's even a remote possibility that there will be a vote today. Then it brings us to another point. If you now...
Councillor, you need to draw to a close. We've got your point.
Okay.
If there's anything different, say it.
No IDs, it's not free and fair. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm taking the last hand, then I will respond to the request that was made by Councillor Myers. Councillor Nonkumbi.
Thanks very much. It is very funny that both Councillor Delange and Councillor Langeman, I call it Langeman because it's tall.
No, Councillor.
Oh, I withdraw. I withdraw. I withdraw. I withdraw. I withdraw. I withdraw. Councillor Christian. They've been part of this council for quite some time. They know the procedures and rules of this council. Once there is a motion, even beside that and beyond that, they've got the responsibility of bringing their own IDs, unless that they are coming from somewhere. Because there is a motion, they know that after that motion, there is also an action that will be voting for. Therefore, that excuse cannot be, we can't be subjected to that exploitation of power when the power is going. So we are rejecting that thing properly so. Thank you.
Councillors, I'm not taking any further hands. I would like to just get advice from my legal on this request. I'm not taking any further hands. Okay, Councillor Rapadu. Then Councillor Nott. Then that's it.
Thank you, Speaker. I think when we come to this council, we receive agenda items way in advance. And I'm supposing other councillors go through them. But here in the motion, it clearly stipulates, Speaker, and which we have duly approved the motion, Councillor Magwechu, when he tabled it. And it says here, upon the passing of the motion of no confidence against the executive mayor, then there will be an election of a new mayor. It's here. It's the same motion. It's the same. Aman, please. How last?
Councillor Rapadu, just address me. Councillor Rapadu. Councillors, please,
can I be
afford him the
protected
opportunity to finish.
from the howlers?
Thank you.
Thank you. So, in the spirit of assisting them, Speaker, while we're doing the ballot, it takes they can go. I can't have cars. They can go fetch their IDs if it needs be. If it needs be. But the motion, we've passed the motion with these recommendations, unless something else, you'll be telling us something else, Speaker. Because the same motion that we proceeded with has the recommendations same. So I might be interpreting them wrong, but I'm sure I'm right. I'm right. I'm sure I'm right.
Thank you, Councillor North, and then we can close this debate.
Speaker, thank you. I think 2 points to note. The first is that the motions were elevated on the agenda. We did convene at your office's request an extraordinary meeting for tomorrow. And in the letter from the Acting Secretary of Council to the IEC CCing the City Manager, it was very clearly outlined that the election of the Executive Mayor as well as the Speaker of Council was scheduled for the 27th of January 2023. And that was shared with councillors, which is why that is the expectation. Thank you.
Thank you, councillors. I did say I'm going to get legal advice. Councillor Ngobeni, you are definitely the last one, please.
No, thank you very much, Speaker, and thank you for making us aware that you are going to get legal advice. I think it's necessary. Look, as Action SA, we do have all our councillors here, and they will have their IDs to vote. But Speaker, you have been to court before, taken to court by some of the councillors here on the election of the mayor. Some of us will be candidates here. So we don't want the court to reverse when we are in power. So the legal advice is going to come, but let's appeal to your conscience that don't compromise candidates. We can still come back tomorrow.
Thank you, councillors. I've heard all the inputs from the floor. Kindly give me about 2 to 3 minutes and let legal give me the advice. Legal has asked for 10 minutes, so you've got 10 minutes. You can take a body break. Thank you.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. I'm here. Didn't you hear me? I said hi. Abang is okay. Hello? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? No, they can't hear. Oh, they can hear me. I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. What's better, this or a protest? I don't know either. Can I step out of the shot? Can I step out of the shot?